Hey guys, and welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. It is Monday. We've got a special coffee time video for you. I want to apologise for the last video because I was holding the book and every time I moved the book I was banging on the table and I was banging on the microphone, and I am sorry, headphone users. But today I've got a very exciting video for you. Thanks whoever's just subscribed. Today I've got a very exciting video for you because we have a brand new copy of Right, don't turn off the video yet. So this is the old one, clearly. We don't have a physical copy of the new one. We have a digital reviewer version. So I do have all the points. Hooray! But we don't have chapter approved. Sad. But we have the Munitorum Field Manual for 2020. It's just not this one. And I don't own a printer, so I can't print it out. Also, you'll probably find that if you did look at it, it's covered in watermarks like this. So today I'm going to be talking about Necron point changes because I wanted to do a review of every point change. But I'm going to say probably 80 or 90% of every single unit plus their equipment in the game has changed. So I can't possibly do it all in one video, but I will leave a poll. I'll leave a link to the poll in the pinned comment where you can kind of decide if you want another one of these videos and what faction you'd like me to cover. Obviously I know everyone's excited, but I thought Necrons, since they're getting all these new models and lots of people are starting to pick them up, I thought it'd be a really cool video to start out with. I probably will do Space Marines as well, but we'll see. You decide. So I'm going to analyse all the points differences, and I've got lots of numbers to show you and stuff, but I don't think I'm qualified enough to kind of chat about the Necron point changes. So I've called in Professor Hellstrom Dude, who's going to talk about all about the point changes today. Hello, I am Professor Hellstrom Dude. So today I'm going to be telling you all about the Necron points changes from Chapter Approved 2020, or the Munitorum Field Manual, or the Grand Tournament 2020 Field Manual book. Chapter Approved Tournament book. As you can see, the overall army change is actually minus 1.32% of the army cost it was originally. However, you can't take this as a literal army change because the way they've changed the points in the manual is that they've taken previous weapons that did cost a unit points and made them free, and then upped the points of a unit and made it more expensive. For example, the Necron Immortal was a mere 8 points. However, you used to have to add the weapon on for another 7 points, which would make it 15 points. Now the Necron Immortal is 18 points, but the weapon is free, so that might skew our averages just a little bit. Speaking of point adjustments, let's have a look at the percentage change of every single unit in the codex. Here you can see how much the points have gone down by, but as we get further down the list it goes back to 0 and then starts going up, and then here you can see it gets worse and worse and worse until you get the aforementioned Immortal and more. As you can see down here, the 4 units that have gone up in points the most, the Lich Guard, the Destroyers, the Heavy Destroyers and the Lowly Immortal, have the highest point change, but also, as we can see on our next slide, have also had their weapons reduced to 0. For example, the Lich Guard War Scythe and the Void Blade and the Dispersion Shield is now free compared to their previous points costs. And obviously all of this makes quite a big difference, and it really skews our numbers. Realistically, you'll find that most points have changed, only a few. Some have actually come down in points. For example, the Obelisk and the Monolith have come down a few points, but most of the units have gone up 1 or 2 points, and you'll find that pretty much every army in the game. From what I've seen, the Necrons have had the lowest amount of points changes, or the smallest amounts of points increases, but they were also considered one of the most expensive armies to play. Don't forget, everyone said Reanimation Protocols is too many points. It's been priced too high. Well, now what GW have done is, rather than dropping the Necron points down, they've only raised them slightly compared to other armies that had closer to a 20% increase, where this army has actually got an average of minus 1.3%. If we break it down really far, I don't think I can directly show you the new points, but what I can do is tell you how much they've changed by. This is in no order, this is in purely the order that it comes in the new manual. The special characters have come down slightly, but most units, which would say are the good units, such as the Catacomb Command Badge, has gone up quite a lot. I should say that Illuminor Cesares, at the time of filming, I believe he's got the wrong points because this is from the Munitorum Manual 2019 and not from Psychic Awakening 9 Pariah. But as you can see, most units have had a small increase or a slight decrease, but nothing too crazy except for that Catacomb Command Badge, which, being a vehicle, has got a rightful points change because vehicles are now notoriously better in 9th edition than they were in 8th. Moving over now to troops and fast attack, you can see that the Immortals on top have had a 10-point increase. However, when you incorporate the weapon on top, they actually only increase 3 points, which is actually more reasonable. You can see this with multiple units such as the Lich Guard and the Destroyers as aforementioned. The Destroyers with a whopping 25-point increase, only 5 points per model when you incorporate the now free weapon, which is 20 points on a vehicle but free for any other model, whereas before it was 20 points for either model. Again, the Triarch Stalker really has the highest points change, but that's also the only vehicle in this list. Again, vehicles are much stronger now, so they've had a rightful increase. Please, take your screenshot now. Now we can move on to Lord of Wars and Heavy Support. As you can see, most of these units have actually gone up in points. The only 2 units that haven't is the Lowly Monolith and the Vault, which were actually rated 2 of the worst units in Warhammer 40,000 according to the community poll, and we did a whole video about that here. But as you can see, pretty much everything else has had a small 10 to 20 point increase, which is actually relatively low for an army of this size. I should say that with Space Marines that they've had an increase of 20 to 30 points in comparison. So as you can see, Necrons have had a points change so far, but they've actually got off pretty lightly. But they are also considered currently one of the worst armies in the game. Now, this is a Skullpecker Destroyer, and they don't have points currently, they only have power level. So I cannot accurately tell you the difference in points changes from their old units. However, they are excluded from our mathematics, and here are the new points for the new stuff from Indomitus Boxset. As you can see, there are 1 or 2 units that aren't actually included in the Indomitus Boxset, but I can only perceive that either there were problems with production or that they were later removed from the Indomitus Boxset due to the price cost. There are rumours that Games Workshop didn't have good sales on a box set that cost £140 RRP, so probably remove models to make it be more valuable because it is now cheaper. For example, the Locust Heavy Destroyer is definitely not included in the Indomitus box set, but it is a unit that will follow shortly after. Same with the Canoptek Doomstalker. I should say that all of these points cost includes their weapons. I haven't included the Necron Warriors or the Necron Scarabs because they've already been incorporated into the previous lists. The Necron Warrior has gone up 1 whole point, which is relatively small compared to other units. For example, the Intercessors from the Space Marine Codex have gone up 3 points, which is a considerable difference, especially when added up in units of 10s and 20s. And at the time of filming, I forgot to make the post for Forge World units, which currently have points updates but don't actually have updated rules yet. So here's Forge World. You can still use the Tomb Citadel, which is a 2x2 board designed to fit on a Realm of Battle board, but I will be waiting. Join Small Board Gang! Thank you very much to Hellstorm Dude for helping out with that video. I couldn't possibly do that all by myself. It is just way too many numbers and way too many maths to actually figure it out. I actually only copied out the numbers and then Hellstorm Dude just that's it. He was on his way. He's got his own whiteboard out. He got the numbers. He was like that guy of Parks and Recreations. He's like... but yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Again, I appreciate this is only Necrons, there's loads of factions, but if you want to choose the faction that I do next, then let me know in the comments. There's probably loads of other videos that people have already done anyway, so thank you very much for tuning into mine. I really appreciate that. If you did miss out on getting an Indomitus box set, then we'll be giving away 2 Indomitus box sets for free to one of our Small Board Gang members, or premium website members, or Patreons. I know that sounds confusing, but it's just to make it convenient for you. If you buy a Small Board Gang t-shirt as well, you'll also be entered to win, so check the description for more details. Thanks very much for watching, everyone. Join Small Board Gang if you can. Thank you very much for subscribing. Let me know if you like the video. If you dislike it, please dislike it, but do tell me why. And otherwise, I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.